Okay, so my idea consists of showing the impact of being like an adolescent in a big city. I want to show the process of like coming of age and being different in a big place and having like the struggles of finding a foothold. So my main actor that I'm gonna do Theo, he's is sort of like truth of like background because he moved around a lot and he's gay, so he found it very difficult to sort of fit in a big city, and that's sort of like juxtaposing because you'd think like in such a big city you'd fit in better than in a small town, like because there'd be more people like you. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, it's I think it's quite overwhelming being in such a big place and being so small. And I think because it's so big, it's sort of like in which direction do I go? And like because he doesn't go to school in London, he goes to school somewhere else. So there's no really like social setting for him to include himself in. So I want to show that, and I want to show like just the impact of sort of I think getting into a relationship in your teenage years is sort of like a milestone. And I think for gay people, it's where do you sort of start and where do you, like, if you don't hit that milestone, it can make you feel very lonely and very, like, out of place. And I also want to show, like, different conflicts and, like, trauma. So my project has, like, more dimensions. And I want to reflect, like, mental difficulties along the way. So it helped me reach a wider audience. But I don't want the ending to be like miserable. I want him to sort of come to a place where he builds this relationship within himself so that he doesn't feel like he's depending on finding someone else to fulfill this need inside of him.
What you could look at, which would be like quite interesting, like you said, it's like very overwhelming. There's almost so many people. You could almost show, like, say you come from like a village and like a small town where everyone's very similar, like it's the same upbringing, everyone's quite, the same, and he might be like the only gay person there, but because he's the only gay person, he's the only exposure to like to gay people that other people has, he can make it what he wants. So in his old town, it's like he's who he is, and he's gay, and that's that. But maybe then he moves to this big city and he meets 5 other gay guys, but they're all 5 completely different people. And it's almost then he starts to worry, like, am I not gay enough? Am I not? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? Like maybe it like almost add a bit of like competition to it as well. As like if he's the only one like him, like it can be quite hard because you don't want to express yourself. But if you do, you have almost like a clean palette. You can make it what you want when in the big city, like if there's a lot of people that he could like share similarities with, it's also very open to a lot of comparisons. So I think you could look at like that and actually it being reversed from what you think it would be. So you think actually, I think you should like almost do it so it not be expected. You expect him to like thrive and do better in the city because there's more people like him, but it actually be the complete opposite where back in his hometown he was unapologetically him, and no one like not saying like maybe he like faced some issues because like, a lot of gay people do, but maybe he was actually more free to express himself because he wasn't put in a box really because he was the only one like him. I think you could explore that.
100%. I think also like I don't want to steer clear of the whole gay thing, but I also want to like focus more on it being about loneliness than it being about gay. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously like I'll include some of the gay things, but like I'm not interested in like really
Just
raising awareness and things like that.
Yeah.
I want it to be an emotional piece on like coming of age and sort of because I know like me, like when I came of age, it's sort of like that was a thing for me. It was like where are people like me? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is a big thing. But then I also want it to be relatable to straight people as well because I know that that's the same thing. You can't find a boyfriend as a girl.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I want it to be sort of
Diverse,
yeah,
but still accessible
yeah,
for everyone.
yeah, exactly. Like yeah.
I think using the gayness of it would be quite helpful because
Yeah.
that's something that is very like stereotypical. Like people are very like expressive with that part of themselves, like more so than other parts of their personality. So So I think you can really play on that in a subtle way, like almost visually.
Yeah.
Like even if it's just like the little things where like, you know he's gay and he meets him, he goes to a gay club and maybe he's the only person there that's like wearing a certain type of clothing. And it's not the fact that he's gay or that bit, but it's just that kind of competition or that like having someone or something to compare yourself to and having standards.
Yeah.
Like what if there's like an off comment that someone makes and goes, all gay people wear this, or all people like with blonde hair like use this shampoo, when back in his hometown they've never even heard of that. So I really think that's what people like. And maybe the being surrounded by so many people is what makes it feel lonely.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like if I was in here alone on my own and no one was talking to me, I would feel lonely. No one else is here. But if I was in a room with 50 people and no one was talking to you, you feel way more lonely. I think you feel like that.
Like the fact that I'm gonna base it off him being under 18. He is 18, but I'm gonna make him like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And when you're 16, 17, you're almost at like this awkward stage where you're like, I'm too old to go in a park, but I'm too young to go in a pub.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like this, like, how does he get a foothold in social environments where he can just make friends? And I think, like, genuinely, I think the whole relationship is such, like, the whole relationship thing, like, being, like, sexually experimenting, things like that, is such, like, an expectation at a certain age. And I think he feels a lot of shame towards himself with that. Like, as in, like, the character would feel a lot of shame towards himself with that and feel like it's him that's the problem. And yeah, I want to show his journey as through it was something coming from within him that he fixed within himself and then builds up this relationship with himself. Because I think having a relationship with yourself is the most important thing.
Yeah, because I feel like having watched like getting with an ex-girlfriend, it's quite, in a way, it's like quite validating. Like, oh, I'm doing something right, like somebody likes me in that way. And it's also kind of different to like the friendships, or like you see all your friends in a relationship that you're not in one. I feel like, yeah, it's just that you can like develop from wanting to like get a relationship, or just at least feeling the pressure of the relationship, to actually finding that maybe the relationship is like with himself and he get something else.
I had this like idea of having this sort of shot of him on the underground and him being centre framed, like in the middle, and then being surrounded by couples. Because I actually had that. I had that once when I was coming home from London, and I was sat on the train, and like obviously I'm gay. There's literally two lesbians sat next to each other, holding hands either side of me. Yeah,
Really?
I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely, and yeah, so I just wanted to sort of like reflect that.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
I think then exploring like the theme of like maybe comparing yourself to others. Like I think a lot of people, especially like social media, something you kind of see online a lot of what you're supposed to be like,
Yeah.
and if you're
Like expectations.
yeah, like if you don't, I guess, meet or don't look like or aren't like what you see, then I think you feel a bit like smaller, and you kind of that might lead to, if you're in a bigger place, maybe sheltering yourself so that you kind of don't feel that shame. Not be able
Exposed
to,
as well.
yeah.
It's like more out in the open.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. If you like for me, like if I go and get drunk in Marlow, chances of me bumping into someone I know is high. So now with Marlow, there's why he's stupid drunk. If I go out into London and get drunk, like no one's gonna know. So you can go off the rails. Like maybe it's the fact of having so like feeling so lonely around so many people, like the pressure of wanting to impress them, but also not having to impress them because it's so open.
Yeah.
And it's like, who are you about to do it?
Yeah.
You could like really play with like the ratio.
Thank you.
The thing about most like relationships and stuff, everyone's kind of like, especially if you're young, they kind of expect you to be in one, or like you kind of feel the need to be in one, but when you are in it, you're not really happy. So I feel like kind of accepting, seeing love around you, and letting it come to you like naturally would be really important for that character maybe.
Yeah.
I do want to like incorporate somewhere like I want his dad to be like accepting, but it's like
Not understanding.
yeah, he won't see it and he won't talk about it. type situation. Like it's not going to be talked about. Like he'll accept it, but they won't speak about it. Like, and it won't be shoved in the dad's face. As in, like he won't accept it fully. Because I think that is so true of like so many gay people. Like the amount of gay people who ruin their relationships with their parents and families because they don't accept that lifestyle. I don't want to like blow it up, but I think I just somewhere want to sort of like add it in. Yeah. I want to like add in the whole like family dynamic 100%.
Yeah, I think you should do it like I think you could do it really subtly. I think that would have the biggest impact because we see in like so many other like media, so many other film and TV shows. It's like, so there's a gay person and their parent doesn't want anything to do with it, and at the end, he comes out and he accepts it, or dad comes out and the mother accepts it. But it's not as easy as that. There's a difference between accepting, understanding, and integrating into your life. Because it might be, okay, yeah, I accept you for being gay, and that's fine. But what if it's like, say it's like a family, and there's like, and they're all sitting around, and topic of weddings gets like, come up. Say it's like 3 daughters, and like they start talking, and the mama asks 2 of the daughters that are straight, what are your wedding dress plans or whatever, and the 3rd daughter just doesn't get asked because it's just assumed that that wouldn't happen, or they wouldn't wear a wedding dress. Like little things like that, you should add in.
Yeah,
where it's the subtle things where it's like she's accepting of her daughter, but still, but to still neglectful of other aspects. Like just because they're like their partner shouldn't change who their partner is, shouldn't change who they are. Like you could still ask them stuff. Like you still ask them like, oh, if you were to, and if they don't want to wear anything, oh no, move on.
You could also do how like maybe include in a way how what their parents think of them, if like influences how they think of themselves, and they're kind of unaccepting themselves because everyone around them also.
Yeah, I also want sort of like I'm thinking sort of like scenes wise, I do sort of like his dad sort of reminiscing who his son was when he was little. So sort of missing who he was when he was little because that's not who he is anymore. And him sort of he knows like I think I want to show the impact of like how strong their relationship was when they were younger to sort of create this divide between him growing up and so his dad doesn't see him how he used to be.
I know this is going to sound like slightly awesome. I watched a segment of like a comedy show, and it was like a dad saying like what was weird to him was when he found out he was having a son. Someone asked him what if he's gay, because he was talking about like, oh, I can't wait to have a son. Like he's going to be like a proper football player, like we're going to have him. And they were like, what if he's gay? And he said, well, first of all, it doesn't matter if he's gay. He can still be a football player and be gay. But if he wants to do the ballet, I'm still going to stand there on the sidelines and cheer for him like he's about to make the best touchdown the world's ever seen as he's doing a pirouette. Like, why should what he's doing with his life change how I support it? You know what I mean? Like, just because you want your child, like, because you as a man probably did want to be the next biggest football player, your child, whether they're gay or not, they might not want that. That doesn't mean that when they decide they want another hobby and they want to learn how to play piano, you're not as excited for them winning a piano competition than you would be for winning a football competition, because it's still your child and they're still achieving something.
There's a saying, it's your child is like a book, you can read it but you can't write in it. And I think I want to sort of like, I don't want his dad to be very like sort of like oppressing, but I want him to have these expectations of him and him just not meet them. Like say he has a poster, like say if he has a poster of this like boy band in his room and his dad walks in, sort of like turns his nose up on it, but it's not talked about, but you can sort of see him like eye the poster and just be like expecting something else.
Yeah, but if it was a girl that had the boy band poster, you wouldn't turn your nose up at it. Like, what difference is it? Like, why do you care how they see that poster?
Exactly.
Because like for example, a poster, if it was a girl's poster, he wouldn't care. But because it's a boy's poster, he cares. You're still seeing the same poster. Why do you care how he's viewing that poster? One of them, he might be viewing it in I find that one really thin. it make you feel uncomfortable to have your daughter think like look at a guy and think, oh, they're really fit. That shouldn't change how you see a person. It shouldn't change how you see it. Like how they see something shouldn't change how you see it. How you see something shouldn't change how they see it.
Thank you.